He drops back, throws.
No!
It's intercepted.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Flipper55 with Fat Finger Gaming, and this is your Fat Finger Gaming Week 6 recap. Little quick, the bad, little quick, good, the bad, the ugly. As long as I can speak. Our good, the bad, the ugly will actually have a theming bonus here. We actually are talking about top 10 teams at home. The good goes to the number 4 USC Trojans, hosting Washington Huskies. USC looking to stay undefeated through the season. Justin Davis will take this screen pass from Cody Kessler and run behind a just wall of humanity, 65 yards for the touchdown. Later on, Kessler will hit Harris in the corner of the end zone in between a safety and a Naval defensive back to up the halftime lead to 17-3. USC would add to it and then hold on for a nice 38-17 victory. Kessler's 28 for 41, 392, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, in an absolute beautiful day for a quarterback. I'd take that any day. I would love for a quarterback to throw like that. You got to enjoy that. So USC, a well-deserved good this week when other undefeated top 10 teams failed at home. The bad goes in number 6, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They're hosting a undefeated Navy team, so 2 undefeated teams going at it in South Bend. Notre Dame would find themselves in trouble early as Navy driving down the Notre Dame 1-yard line. Reynolds running the option, pitches out to Sanders. Jarrett Grace crushes him. Ball pops out. Sheldon Day will recover for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They will then take a nice 96-yard drive down the field, capping it off with a Malik Zaire 7-yard touchdown run. At that point in time, making it 17 to 14. You then thought that was it. Notre Dame was going to just continue to roll and leave Navy in the dust. Would not happen. Navy would hold together. Navy would stay tough. And Navy would be tied 24 apiece going into the fourth quarter. When Malik Zaire would drop back, throw to the corner. Quincy Adams undercuts it, takes it back to the Notre Dame 45. Eventually, Notre Dame would get close enough for a go-ahead field goal, up 27-24. Notre Dame having plenty of chances. They had 2 drives in the final 5 minutes of the game, and they could not get anything going. They couldn't get inside field goal range to tie the game. They couldn't score a touchdown. Nothing. And Notre Dame will go down to the Naval Midshipmen 27-24. The ugly will go to the SEC refs reffing the Arkansas-Alabama game. Beautiful top 10 matchup. Both teams fought hard. Great game throughout. But it was just the refs that were going to mar this one. Arkansas takes the early lead on Alabama with first setting it up with this Austin Allen throw down to Hatcher. Gets caught at the 1-yard line, then finishing off with his throw to Trey Morgan. Alabama would bring it back to 17-13 at half. Their first drive coming out of the half. Alabama will get stopped on their own 45-yard line, and this is where crap happens. Alabama would punt the ball. Ball would bounce up and hit off the goalpost. Ref signal incomplete pass and give the ball to Arkansas. At their 45-yard line, Arkansas would take it and get just a field goal out of it, but a field goal was enough, making it 20-13. Then in the fourth quarter, Alabama trying to come back down 27-26. Tyron Jones will take the ball down the left sidelines and cough up the ball, but it'd go out of bounds. Arkansas would recover, and then the ref signal Arkansas ball. Let me tell you something. This ball is out of bounds. This does not cost Alabama any points, but it costs a lot of time off the board and a chance to bring this thing to within 1 score. Alabama would get the ball back, go down the field, and cap off a nice drive with a Kenyon Drake 12-yard run for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion, however, off the hands of a wide-open wide receiver. And Alabama would have to kick off down 27-22. Would have been 24-22. Would have been a cool 2-point conversion for the tie had that field goal not been allowed to happen. But you got to give it to Arkansas Razorbacks as Arkansas comes out firing and closes the game with this Jonathan Williams just beast mode run, converting a 3rd and 2 and keeping the ball in the Razorbacks' hands. So a very good game, a nice game to watch, a well-played game that ends, unfortunately, with basically Bama feeling that the refs pooched them out of a game, and I am not going to disagree with that one bit. All right, so before I get into the new Top 25, which is obviously going to be a jumbled mess after the chaos that ensued in Week 6, and I get into the selection committee, let me take a look at the prospects that I want to watch, and I want to watch their career, basically. The last time I did a little recruit overview, I just showed you like some of the top commits and stuff. This time I actually opened up the recruiting database to see just who was the best guys out there. And I was shocked to see that the best guys out there weren't at the top of this list for the most part, which is a little eye-opening. Did not realize that. Anyways, one of the guys that I am going to love to watch this guy's career is this guy right here. He is going to be the best freshman running back coming in. And I'm talking about overall, not like speed and stuff like that. Jeff Bergestrand, this guy is going to be going to Stanford. Well, it looks like he's going to be going to Stanford. I can't see Stanford's offered him. He's got a big lead, so I can't see him going anywhere other than Stanford. Stanford's offense, this guy running the ball may not play as a true freshman, but when he gets in the game, if anybody has been watching Michigan, Derek Green, he will make Derek Green look like a second-string running back. It'll be fun to see what he can actually do on Stanford. It's going to be the same, obviously, offense as Michigan's running. And this guy's going to be good coming out, and definitely in his senior year, he will be better than Derek Green. So, as far as quarterbacks are concerned, this guy, Ira Callahan, is actually rated the best true quarterback, we'll say. Listed quarterback, not athlete turned quarterback. We'll get to that in a second. But this guy is actually listed down as quarterback, and he's the best. He is a long ways from anyone getting him. NC State has thrown in a bid, but we'll see. Obviously, USC would be the lot flashier choice. As you see, the top listed quarterback in here, who's going to be a good guy. He actually probably will start in his second season. Whether he starts as true freshman or true sophomore or redshirt freshman, don't know. But Mississippi State will probably have to play him in his second season. I'll actually be watching this guy. We've been looking a lot at the SEC West in the first place, so yeah, he's obviously going to sign there. So we'll be able to see him grow up. Now, the one I'm extremely excited about, let's get to the athletes turned quarterbacks. So the best overall athlete. And you'll see, I mean, look at how far we're going to have to go down for the best overall athlete. You also see why I'm so excited. Look at this. We'll keep going. We keep going. This is the best listed athlete right there. And if you look up to see who's in the lead, you'll see why I'm so excited. I cannot believe that I've got an actual shot at this guy. I don't care if I have a 5,000-point lead. I am ditching all my points into this dude. Now, this dude has got the skills to... He's listed as coming out and being a halfback. No, not happening. 6'3", 225 pounds. 87 throwing power, very good. Accuracy, But you know what? I don't care. This dude cannot wait. He will definitely be a quarterback. We'll teach him how to actually throw balls where it's supposed to throw. I don't care. Cannot wait to get him in. I don't know if he'll start next season or the season after, but I cannot wait. This kid, if he redshirts next year, he will definitely be a 4-year starter for NC State. Now the best athlete that is listed as a quarterback is right there. It's Lawrence King. And if you look on this list, once again, he is down there. He's not even on the first page of athletes. But he is going to come out and be the highest overall rated. Going to LSU, I don't know how many times I've seen this, but I mean, LSU just gets quarterbacks after quarterbacks after quarterbacks in this game. I don't understand. It's been going on for probably the last 6 years. In fact, actually, I used to make up recruits and used to be hands-off on them. To make the computer better, I used to make up these awesome recruits. Every year there'd be a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, yada, yada. And LSU every year would get the quarterback. I mean, there used to be like at least 3 of my made-up recruits on LSU's roster every year. I don't understand. I don't understand why LSU in this game is such a draw for quarterbacks, but it is what it is. Now, to continue on with the theming of people that you can see, here is one for you Michigan fans. The best outside linebackers, the game changers, is actually this kid right here, Matt Tyler, and more than likely he will probably be going to Wisconsin. But we'll see. The other one is right here from Alaska, Craig Mills. This guy is he's actually a lot faster than what the 40 says. He will be a game changer. And the reason why Michigan is actually 1,000 points down before, in week 6, he was there watching Notre Dame lose to Navy. At that point in time, Michigan was the highest on his list. Now, if I was a recruit and watched that game, I'm not quite sure what would boost me to that level of then choosing Notre Dame. Maybe it was like, I don't know. Maybe the defense did play well. But Michigan is in the lead, and Michigan does not have their visit yet, and I can't check when the visits are going to be, unfortunately. Hopefully, it's this week against Michigan State, and we will see Jim Harbaugh land this game changer, Craig Mills. It'd be a great addition to the Michigan team, and not only that, seeing that we are focused on Jim Harbaugh, it would be beautiful for us to be able to watch this kid grow up. Go on to, I guess I want to go on to middle linebackers. There's a kid on here, Nick Payne. Too damn funny. Yeah, Max Payne, I guess, was the video game. But this guy's the best middle linebacker in his class, and I just obviously love the fact that he's a run stopper, nice, big, and strong, and his last name is Payne. He will be on the Baylor Bears next season. I don't know when he'll get a chance to start, but middle linebackers have proven in this game to be actually more important than the outside linebackers, unfortunately. But this will make Baylor's defense extremely tough. We'll actually get to see him for the first time against West Virginia, I believe, is who they play this week, week 7. So, ought to be interesting. The DBs. As I gotta look up my sheet again because I completely forgot who the best DB was. Actually, the best DB is the one we're staring at right here. He unfortunately may be going to a team we will never see, which sucks. 6'3", got some speed, got some cover instinct. He's got everything you'd want, except for the teams fighting over him. This is horrible, actually. It's a travesty. I didn't even open this thing up. The guy's the best DB. He's 6'3". Of course, he's a twig, but major program's going to put weight on him anyways. But the best he can do, BYU obviously is somewhat of a player in college football, but Kansas, Tulsa, East Carolina, come on, people. Really? I wish I had thrown my hat in on this thing earlier, seeing that the kid's from Virginia. So we may not be watching too much of his games, unfortunately. The best defensive end. We will see if this can be a Bosa-type guy or what. And speaking of which, I just learned that Bosa, I don't know why, I just learned that Bosa was suspended. We'll talk about that later. Bosa, he's just going to continue playing in this season. Going to have to. I think there's 3 or 4 dudes that were suspended from Ohio State. We're going to have to run with it. That kind of stuff, that's what happens when you just run with stuff early, but it is what it is. Let's get back to the recruits. Lewis Bailey. Yep. Sure enough. Baylor Bears. Now, this one's a tight race. Texas A&M, TCU, all fighting for it. Nevada's probably the odd man out of that one. This one's going to be a battle. We will see who Lewis Bailey signs with. Obviously, if Payne and Bailey sign for the Bears, Bailey already signed. Payne's already signed with the Bears. If Bailey follows, the Baylor Bears defense are going to be something to be feared for a good couple of years. So that's a look at the guys that we'll be watching to see where they go, who they're going for, and all that fun stuff. And we'll follow them throughout their career. So that's a look at the guys that I am watching the recruiting battles, and we'll be very interested in their careers. If I see anybody else in the recruiting database that I wouldn't mind following, I will definitely put them on these recaps as well as any further seasons. We track the progress of the guys and all that. Now on to the Heisman Watch. Now some of these games have been simulated already. So it is what it is. Braxton Miller up there at number 1. Royce Freeman, number 2. BJ Catalone has made his appearance in here. I'm not quite sure why, but sure. Apparently he's got 744 yards, 16 touchdowns. Okay. I guess total yards he's over 1,000, almost 20 touchdowns. Whatever. Shock Linwood we'll actually get to see against Kansas State, or not Kansas State. Oh, maybe it is Kansas State. I don't know. We're gonna see Baylor for the first time. We'll look at when we get to the top 20. And Chad Kelly from Ole Miss. So there is your Heisman Watch for Week 7. And let's look at the top 25 along with what I have as far as the selection committee is concerned. Let's just talk about the selection committee right off the bat. We will, as far as selection committee for the 4-team playoff, as it is in real life, I will not pick multiple teams from multiple conferences unless it's just, I mean, there's got to be an ungodly reason. I don't believe in it. I think it should be one conference, one team, but it is what it is. So that being said, we're just going to, in conference champion, we'll have the overall tiebreaker. I do feel very strongly on conference champions, especially ones that win the conference championship game. So let's get on with it. So 1 and 2. If you were looking at what I believe my rankings would be for the 14 playoff, it would be Oregon number 1. 2, 3, and 4, as far as I'm concerned, is basically a toss-up. Number 1's Oregon. Number 2 would be Baylor, but I could list anybody up there. Number 3, Arkansas. Number 4 is Wisconsin. All these teams in the 2, 3, and 4 spot are basically interchangeable. I was going to have Arkansas second for just because it looks like the SEC is stronger because of the Oklahoma seems to be the best team that Big 12 has got, and a team that is getting absolutely raped in the SEC is Tennessee, who beat Oklahoma, but yet can't win an SEC game, yada, yada, yada. But by that logic, you also had Ohio State going down to Virginia Tech, so why isn't Louisville up here? Why isn't Virginia Tech up here? So I just ran with the Baylor 2, Arkansas 3, Wisconsin 4. I would hate to be a selection committee guy, especially this early, but it is what it is. Things are going to fall out, so it's not really going to matter. Either Oregon, USC can't both go undefeated. Arkansas, LSU, same thing. So things will fall out. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better feel, but I would hate to be a selection committee right now because Louisville, I believe, should be in the top 4, and Louisville's sitting in the position that I feel TCU was sitting last year, as far as I was concerned. I thought TCU deserved to be in the playoffs, in the 14 playoffs, but I could not make a logical argument which one of the 4 should be bounced out. So same thing with Louisville here. I think Louisville deserves to be in the playoffs, especially they're going to be playing Florida State in Tallahassee this week, so that will go a long ways to seeing whether they bounce themselves out or not. But I do believe they deserve to be in it. But I cannot, of these teams up top, I can make a case for why Wisconsin should be booted out, but that's besides the point. But they did beat Alabama, yada, 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 and all that fun stuff. So you got Wisconsin, Arkansas, Oregon, Baylor. I don't see any of those teams, especially Oregon. I can't knock out to put Louisville in. Good news is, of course, we always revisit the 14 playoff with the 32-team absurd playoff. So we get to see Baylor for the first time against West Virginia this week. West Virginia, I like their speed. I'm starting to root for them. In their game against Oklahoma, I said right off the bat, who cares about West Virginia? I think I'm starting to care. This ought to be fun. Oregon, Washington. Hopefully we don't. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting an upset alert on Oregon, so you guys get to see them. They're good. They're a good team. USC, Notre Dame. This will be fun. 2 mirror images of the teams. Unfortunately, Notre Dame coming off a loss. Otherwise, this would be a great undefeated top 10 matchup. Arkansas gets the bye after a good win, helped along by the SEC refs. LSU moves up to 5 after their win against a woeful South Carolina team. They will play Florida. That ought to be interesting. Wisconsin, Purdue, we probably won't see. Ohio State, Penn State, this is going to be fun. Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. We're actually getting into the first round of the Big 12 East round robin between these 4 teams. Unfortunately, the last 2 rounds of this round robin happen at the very end of the season. So hopefully they keep winning, and this round robin tournament is cool and really fun and all that fun stuff. Louisville breaks into the top 10 for the first time. They get 9. They're going to be at Florida State, so wonder if they're going to break in the top 10 just to lose it. Alabama, Texas A&M, we will see that. Virginia Tech, Miami. ACC having a little bit of play. We'll see both Louisville, Florida State, and Virginia Tech, Miami this week. TCU, Iowa State, hopefully we won't see. Virginia Tech, Miami, we just talked about. Georgia, Missouri. This one's going to be a fight for the division, for the East Division. We'll see who comes out on top. And Florida State, Louisville, as we start just rounding out the rest of the top 25. No big deal. Arizona moving up to 21, being undefeated. I think they are the lowest ranked Power 5 conference team that is undefeated. As I say that, Michigan, there we go. Michigan is broken into the top 25. Just in time to take on number 8 Michigan State. This is one of those games that I realize Michigan is just there inside the top 25, but if they were to lose to Michigan State by like a field goal at the end or something, they shouldn't drop. They should just stay right there, 23, 24, 25. They shouldn't drop out of the top 25, but we all know how these things work. Georgia Tech fell back. Navy creeps in undefeated after that Notre Dame win. Just barely gets into the top 25. One of the fun things about the 32-team tournament, Navy will not be going to the playoffs, to the 14 playoff. I guarantee it. I don't care if they're undefeated. There is no chance, nowhere in this world in which I put them in the 14 tournament. I don't care if they're ranked number 1 and undefeated, and everybody else has 2 or 3 losses. They won't make it. I'm sorry. However, the 32-team tournament, if these guys are on the bubble, they're in. I will guarantee you that they are in based on their win against Notre Dame. They just have to be on the bubble, which I believe in the couple times that I've run through this, it's somewhere in the if they make 8 and 4, most teams that are 8 and 4 are on the bubble. All right, that's the end of the top 25. Run through a little bit of the tournament. Did put that selection committee out there. Remember, the selection committee, which is a force of 1, has got Oregon number 2, Oregon number 1, Baylor number 2, Arkansas number 3, Wisconsin number 4. But those 2 through 4, I don't care. You can rank them any way you want. In fact, actually, you can drop one out, and I wouldn't care. We'll see. We'll see if anybody has some great performances and make me rethink not only where they stand in the playoffs, whether they deserve to be in the playoffs, whether somebody else deserves to be in the playoffs. We will see as Week 7 rolls on. And as a reminder, I am still losing to a Shih Tzu. I'm starting to take personal offense that a Shih Tzu has more subscribers than me. Shih Tzu. I don't know how many people have actually lived with or been around a Shih Tzu for any length of time, but entertaining is not one word I would give them. Annoying is definitely a word. Irritating is another word. Put them in the backyard for the rest of their lives is probably another word. But not entertaining. I, on the other hand, okay, yeah, put me in the backyard for the rest of my life. I've definitely been told that, so that's one. Annoying, yes. Irritating, yes. But I'm entertaining. Anyways, do me a favor, click that subscribe so I can beat the dog. I will see you guys next week. Y'all have fun.